Hello, welcome to this tutorial. It is one of my many videos on Mitel. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss this one and many more that are coming. In this tutorial, we are going to set up auto attendant using embedded voicemail. Let me start by giving a disclaimer. This is not an official Mitel tutorial and does not replace an actual Mitel training. If any of the information in this tutorial is incorrect, please disregard it. This tutorial will not be held accountable to damages that may occur to your systems. Now that we have put the disclaimer aside, let's continue. The setup that we are going to do requires that an incoming call be answered by a welcoming message or a greeting, and offer the caller an option to select one for English or two for French. Afterwards, the caller is given options to select either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for various destinations. First step, let us look at the embedded voicemail licenses that we have on the system. The setup can only go ahead if there is embedded voicemail licenses on the system. I begin by logging into the system. Go to the system administration tool. We go to licenses. We can either go to license and option selection, but I would like to check from the system capacity. What we are looking for is this embedded voicemail allocated 10, consumed 0. This should be enough for our setup. Our setup requires 7 voicemail box licenses. So when it's 10 like this, we have more than enough. So we can carry on. We carry on by going to the voicemail port capacity. Here we are interested in seeing how many ports have been allocated on this system. We see that this system has 20 number of ports. This should be enough for our setup. If we anticipate that there is going to be a high level of traffic on this system for incoming calls, we might want to increase this number of ports. Take note that on the MXE controller, the number of ports can be increased to 30, but that depends on the resources that are on the system. To get up to 30, which is the maximum, you will need additional DSP cards. Okay, now that we have 20 ports, we have to go and assign extension numbers to those ports. Now, when we are assigning the directory numbers to the voicemail ports, we have to be very careful. We have to think about which numbers we are going to use. We need to use numbers that are unique on the system, that do not overlap with any existing numbers on the system. So in my case, I know that numbers that will start with a 6 have not been used anyway. They haven't been used as either station numbers or feature access codes or system speed dials or anything like that. So I am safe to go with a 6. And I am using 4-digit length. Now our voicemail ports have got directory numbers 6001 up to 6020. As a side note, when I was mentioning about the voicemail port capacity, and I was saying on the MXE you can increase up to 30 ports. If it is a CX controller, the maximum that you can get out of it is 16 ports. Please take note of that. Now we should be able to go to a phone and dial our voicemail directory numbers, and they should ring and the voicemail must answer. But since they are newly created like this, when I try to call them from an IP phone, they'll give me a valid and invalid out of service. I don't know if you managed to pick that, but for you to able to pick the tone from the phone easily, I will have to use a soft phone, and this is a soft phone that I'm going to use.
The person you are calling is unavailable. Please try again.
So because this is a third-party phone, it is giving its own message to say the number I've dialed is not available. But from a Mitel IP phone, it writes on the display that out of service. So to bring up these ports into service, we have to reboot the system. Now it becomes a challenge in an environment where the phones are busy, which means during working hours, and there's no downtime allowed. What you can do is that you can put a command on the show prompt to restart the voicemail service only and without restarting the whole controller, which means you will not disturb the calls that may go on, which means the system doesn't go down and then come back up. But please take note that it is very important to do a system reboot, because when the system is rebooting, it allocates DSP resources to whatever functions required, including the voicemail. So at startup, that is when the system determines which amount of DSP is required by which service, and then it allocates them. So for now, we are not going to reboot the system, but we are going to use the procedure of restarting the voicemail service. To do that, we open our PuTTY. We are going to first stop the voicemail service by this command ipvm_stop. please note that it is case sensitive. It has to be written exactly like what is shown now. Then we wait for the services to stop. We have to be patient and keep waiting, because remember I've got 20 pods to stop, so that should take a while. At any time now the system should be done. There we go, the pods have stopped. Now we need to start them up again. Again, we wait for them to start. And they have started. And I'll go to my IP phone, which is sitting on the desk here, and I'll try to call one of our voicemail ports. I'll just call 6001 now. Let me call 6010.
Please enter your mailbox number. Please enter your mailbox number.
Okay, we are not going,
Please enter your
we are
mailbox
not
number.
going to enter our mailbox number. We continue. We continue by going to voicemail option. And we are going to make changes, or at least make sure that the changes that we want are done. What we want is to be able to transfer to any extension within our system. So we come and make sure that this box allow transfer to any number is checked. Then we might want to restrict which numbers are called, just to protect against toll fraud. Now that I know that my system, the extension numbers start with 8 only. So I can now come in here and restrict any other number from being called. For instance, I can restrict 9. That is an example. But in this case, I am not going to restrict a lot of numbers. And then we come down here. What is important is that we put in administrator password, manager, and technician password, and then we have to take note of them, because we use them in the future when we want to manage our mailboxes from the and sets. So for the admin, I'm choosing to put quad 1. These are numbers that you just choose at random. And for the manager, I'm using quad 2. For the technician, I'm using quad 3. Then also important is that we should check enable TUI edit delete of mailbox numbers. This allows us to manage from a phone through the administrator's mailbox. Then next we go to define our business hour settings. Because our auto attendant is going to operate during the day and night, and when it is day it has a certain greeting that is specifically for day and one for night. So this is when we want to define our business hours so that the system can be able to tell whether to play the AA for day or for night. So our operating hours are from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then we tell the system to use the business hours list, which are the listed below. If we say use ICP day or night mode, then we are going to rely on the switchboard operator turning service into day or night through the operator console. Then it is also important for us to mark use system time zone. Select using system time to use the system time. Default was timestamps in all voicemail messages and auto attendant greetings. We save that. Now let us go to the prompt that we have that we are going to be using. I've already converted these prompts to wave format. If you don't know how to convert to wave format, or you haven't done before, or you are not sure how it's done, I shall do a separate video specifically for converting from one audio format to wave format. So look out for that video. So now our setup is going to play a main greeting which goes like this.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, please dial it now or hold for the operator. Press 1 for English or 2 for French.
Merci d'avoir appelé l'entreprise AZ. Votre appel est important pour nous. Si vous connaissez le numéro de poste que vous souhaitez, veuillez le composer maintenant ou le réserver pour l'opérateur.
So basically it is welcoming the caller and asking to dial 0 for the operator or hold the line, then the operator will assist them, or to dial the extension number if they know it. That is the destination extension number for the person they would like to speak to, or press 1 to be assisted in English, or 2 for French. Then it goes on to interpret that into French. Then once somebody chooses English, there's a prompt that's going also to play, which is like,
You have chosen English. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3 for finance, 4 for technical, 5 for HR, or press 0 for the operator.
again, it is now presenting them with options that they can call. For example, press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3 for finance, 4 for technical, and 5 for HR, or to press 0 for the operator. Then the second option is in French, so I'm not going to play the French part. Then after that, we also have an on hold music that's going to play during transfer and when somebody has been put on hold. I'll just play. This is a royalty free song, so make sure that whenever you are putting some music on hold on a system, it is royalty free, or if you have to pay royalties for them, make sure you do so. Then there is going to be a message that's going to play when a call comes in at 5 minutes, which is our after hours, which means the business is closed. I'll go ahead and play it.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. We are currently closed for business. Our operating times are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Merci d'avoir appelé AZ Company. Nous sommes actuellement fermés pour affaires. Nos heures d'ouverture sont du lundi au vendredi de 8h à 17h.
Now let's start uploading the prompts into their relevant positions. To do this, we go to music on hold, system, audio files, update. For music on hold, we are going to browse here. We go to our on hold music. Update. Audio file upload was successful. It's beautiful. Then we upload our auto-attended greeting, which means it's going to be primary and it's going to be for business open. Upload file upload was successful. Beautiful. Then we upload again. Our business closed. Which is after hours. Now we have to ensure that the system is ready to play our on old music that we have uploaded. To check, we go to system options. What we are looking for is the music on hold setting. We want it to be set to yes. This one. Select yes if music on hold is provided, and yes, we make sure that it's set to yes and we save. Then we go to system access points. We also make sure that the music source, if it is set to none, we set it to embedded, because we are using embedded music source and not the external. The external is when we are connecting a music player, something like a CD player, to the back of the controller. But in our case, the embedded will do just fine. Then we save. While we are under system feature settings, we will go and create a class of service for our voicemail to use for operation. So we go to class of services. I'll just choose number 3. I'll comment the voicemail. Then I'll go all the way to voicemail and enable voicemail. It should say voicemail yes. Select yes to permit the voicemail system to uniquely identify the party that is receiving a message. The code party's display will include the forwarding type followed by the directory number. Save. Now that you have created a class of service for voicemail, we'll go to our voicemail ports and allocate them to this voicemail and allocate them to this class of service option for voicemail. We do that by going to station attributes. Voicemail ports, there they are. Change all of them to operate with class of service of 3 for day. And also 3 for night 1. Finally, and 3 for night 2. Change range programming completed successfully. That's good. Now we create some hand groups. We go to group programming, hand groups. Here we are going to create two different types of hand groups. One hand group is going to be a voice hand group without members. This hand group is going to represent what our callers are going to call. It is a number that we should give out to our customers that should represent our company or our system, such that when the customers call that number, is going to hit the voice group first. So it is very important that we don't put members in that voice group, otherwise it's not going to go to auto attendant. It's going and ring the member that you have put in there. So now let's start by creating the voice hand group. Go to add here. Now we want to put a hand group number. Again, we have to choose a unique number on our system that does not overlap 10 existing numbers that we have been used somewhere. So to be consistent, I'll just use numbers that are in the range of the voicemail post that we have used, which is 6. And for the 6th range, we've used 6001 up to 6020. So 6021 going onwards, we can still use for anything that is related to our voicemail and auto attendant. So because I want the number to look easy and simple, because I may end up giving it out to my callers, so I'm going to go with 6099 or 6399. It doesn't matter. Our class of service is the voicemail class of service that we created, which is 3. So we are going to allocate 3 for day, 3 for night 1, and 3 for night 2. And it is a voice and group type. Be safe. Sorry, this is the voice and group. We just put it on the voice the class of service similar to the extensions. Then it's voice, then save. Take note that this tutorial has not been rehearsed. I am doing it live as I film it, so I will run into errors, things will break down, and we will troubleshoot them together, and we'll get it working properly together. That way you get more hands-on. The tutorial will be more meaningful than it was just perfect and smooth flowing. Now we go and we add a voicemail hand group. I have to give it a hand group number, and again I'm going to choose from the range for the voicemail, which is the 6 something, and I'm choosing to give it a 6098. Now this is where we put our voicemail class of service, which is 3 for day, 3 for night 1, and 3 for night 2. Then we come and change here and make sure that it is a voicemail hand group type. Now if I had an enabled voicemail in this class of service, this aid was going to give me an error. It was going to tell me that the voicemail is not assigned for class of service, not assigned for voicemail. Again, the system response is important to us. Then now we need to add our voicemail post to the voicemail add group. So I'm going to add all 20. But there's a school of thought out there which says you must never use the first voicemail port. They should say it is system reserved, you must not touch. And then there's also another school of thought which says you must not use your last voicemail port. It is reserved for the system. So I am still to find out which is correct. But according to my experience, I've just used all my voice ports and I've never run into issues. So in this tutorial again, I'm just going to use all my voicemail ports. If somebody understands why I shouldn't use all of them, please comment in the comment box below. Now, if we go 6098, which is our voicemail group and group, the voicemail should answer. Let's go ahead and tell that.
Please enter your mailbox number.
Please enter your voicemail box number. But if you go ahead and dial the voice and group, which is what our callers are going to come through,
The person you are calling is unavailable. Please try again.
if I do it from a Mitel IP phone on my desk here, it says out of service. Now we have to bring it into service. To do that, we need to do some call routing. We go to call rerouting always alternative. We choose our call rerouting always alternative number. I would like to choose number 2. Then we reroute every possible incoming channel, every possible incoming PSTN media type and so forth. We are going to reroute it to 6098, which is our voicemail hand group. We save. Now we go to call rerouting itself. We will look for our voice hand group, which is 6099. We change it for, we reroute it for day 1 to go and reroute to 2, reroute to 2, reroute to 2, which means if somebody calls 6099, it is going to immediately reroute to our voicemail group and group, which is going to be our auto attendant. So if I call it now, it should be live and our auto attendant should actually play.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. We are currently closed for business. Our operating times are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Merci d'avoir appelé AZ Company. Nous sommes actuellement fermés pour affaires.
I've noticed that it is playing the business closed, and and the reason why is because at the time of recording this video, the actual time is 7:30 a.m. and we have defined our opening time to be 8 a.m. So this means now for us to be able to operate in day mode, I have to go and change the system time to between 8 and 5 p.m. I'll go ahead and do that. Let me close these trees. Change time. Okay, I now understand why it is happening like this. If we go to our voicemail here, business hours, we have said we are closed on Sunday and we are also closed on Saturday, and if we look at the date, it's a Sunday, so business is closed. So I have to open Sunday here. Now we go and test again.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, please dial it now or hold for the operator. Press 1 for English or 2 for French.
Merci d'avoir appelé l'entreprise AZ. Votre appel est important pour nous. Si
Now that is what we are expecting to happen. So we can move on. Now I'd like you to note that there is a default menu node. If we come to our mailboxes here, you will find that there is no menu node defined here. And when we go to multi-level auto attendant, again it is blank. But there is a default multi-level auto attendant, which is a menu node that is in the background that we don't see, where it says press 1 for sales, press 2 for marketing. If we have more than one extension for sales, for marketing, or for whichever department that we have, we will need to put those extensions in a ring group. so that when one is pressed, it rings the ring group and then follows whatever ringing mode that we would have selected, whether it's secular, it's terminal, or it's ring off. So let's go and create our ring groups. Let's start by adding the ring group for cells and the ring group number. Now again, it is very important to pay attention to the numbering plane. Again, I'm choosing to go with the numbering plane for the voicemail ports, and whatever number I'm going to put here, I'm also going to use it when I'm setting up my mailboxes for the auto attendant. So I'm going to use 6021 for cells, and this one is going to remind me that to press 1 for cells. Then I'll just put the members, but I'm just going to put one member for each ring group. I'll just quickly test it out. One. There you go, it is ringing 8801. Again, we had 6022, and this 2 reminds me of the press 2 for marketing. Here I'll just use a range programming. Now that we have our ring groups, we can just do some housekeeping and label them in the telephone directory. So this makes it neater for us to read our ring groups and makes it easy for us to follow what is happening and easily understand it. You can also name our 6099. We've also named our group so that when we come here, it is easy to follow through and understand what is happening. Now let us go back to voicemail and create our mailboxes. First we create menu mailbox number 1, name, let's press this one for English. Extension number 1 and listen, menu node, save. We do the same for French. And again, it's a menu node, we save. Go to our multi-level auto attendance. So we have to go and create mailbox numbers that we are going to attach to our multi-level auto attendance. Now each ring group is going to have its own mailbox number. So for ring group 6021, which is for sales, we are going to have a mailbox number 6021. For marketing, which is 6022, we are going to have a mailbox number 6022 with extension number 6022, which is the ring group number. That is very important. Mailbox type, it is a transfer only. You see? Mailbox number 6022. Let's press 2 for marketing. Extension number 6022, which in this case it's our ring group number as well. Transfer only. the display of what we have done. Now we go to our multi-level auto attendant again. Now we go to our multi-level auto attendant. Save. Records updated successfully. Now we test our auto attendant.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, please dial it now or hold for the
I'm sorry, the person you're trying to reach is unavailable at this time.
Now let's upload the prompt for an English selection and a French selection. We go to Mailbox greeting number 1, because our Mailbox number 1 is for English. Then we are going to browse and select English. And update. We do the same for 2. Now we call our voicemail.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, please dial it now or hold for the operator. Press 1 for English or 2 for French.
Merci d'avoir appelé l'entreprise.
You have chosen English. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3 for finance, 4 for technical.
You are being transferred to 6022.
So it is saying you are being transferred to 6022, which is our marketing. For us to make the system not say the number that you are being transferred to and say you are being transferred to marketing, we've got 2 ways that we can fix that. The first way is to record our voicemail name over the phone. Let's test that with marketing.
Please enter your mailbox number.
6022.
Welcome, 6022. Please enter your passcode. Welcome to your new Express Messenger mailbox. Before you can begin using your mailbox, there are 3 things you must do. First, to ensure your privacy, you must select a passcode. Next, you will be asked to record your name. Finally, you must record a personal mailbox greeting. If you are ready to begin, press 1. Thank you. Let's begin by selecting your new passcode. You may use any digits except the passcode you just used to access your mailbox. Please press the digits you wish to use. Enter your new passcode. Your passcode has been verified. The new passcode should not be given out if you wish your mailbox to remain private. If you misplace the passcode, see your system administrator. The next step is recording your name. After the tone, speak only your name as you like to be addressed. Press any key when you are done.
Marketing.
Thank you. Your mailbox name is... If this is acceptable, press 1. To review, press 2. To re-record, press 3. The next step is recording your name. After the tone, speak only your name as you like to be addressed. Press any key when you are done.
Marketing.
Thank you. Your mailbox name is...
Marketing.
If this is acceptable, press 1. Now you must record a mailbox greeting to personalize your mailbox for callers and inform them of your whereabouts.
Yeah, now we are done recording our greeting, our mailbox name. Now let's test again. Let's call the AA.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, please dial it now or hold for the operator. You have chosen English. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3.
You are being transferred to...
Marketing.
Now we've managed to change it from saying you are being transferred to 6022 and it is now saying you are being transferred to marketing. But as you can notice, it is not very professional and it is not clean. So for us to make it very clean, we have to use a studio recorded prompt like the one we have here.
Marketing.
So we are now going to use on another slot, let's say for sales.
Sales.
I'm going to use the other method on sales so that we can tell the difference. To do that, we go to sales mailbox, which is 6021, and we upload the sales prompt. Now, what we have done here, this has gone into the mailbox greeting, not the mailbox name. So now we have to go and follow it up and take it from the mailbox greeting and transfer it into the mailbox name and rename it so that it can play when we choose one for sales. Let's just go ahead and choose one for sales now and confirm that it is not yet playing.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you have chosen English, please press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3 for finance.
You are being transferred to...
Marketing.
Okay, that was marketing. Now we do sales.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. You have chosen English. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for...
You are being transferred to 6021.
We are going to use our putty again. No, not putty this time. This time we are going to use an FTP client like FileZilla. Then we go to the voicemail folder. And now we have managed to open root. We go to voicemail folder. We go to D. We go to voicemail. We go to INT. Then this is what we have just uploaded. This is this. This is this, but it is in a different format now. So we are going to duplicate it. Okay, let me not duplicate it. Let me bring it this side here, and we rename it. I brought it to my desktop. We rename NAM like that. Then we take it into here. You can see this NAM6022 is what we recorded over the phone for marketing. So we put this one. This is the studio done for sales. Cool. So now we go test again.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is important to us. If you know the extension number that you want, you have chosen English. Please press 1 for sales, 2 for marketing, 3.
You are being transferred to
Sales.
As you can see, it is neat now. One more thing that I would like to show you is we go to voicemail again. We go to the multi-level auto attendant. To enable breaking out to the operator from the English or the French queue, we put the operator extension as 0. And as 0. Now our callers can break out of the English or the French queue to the operator. Now let's go to our here again.
Thank you for calling A to Z Company. Your call is
This time
important
I'm
to
going
us.
to choose French.
If you know the
Vous avez choisi le français. S'il vous plaît, appuyez sur 1 pour les ventes, 2 pour le marketing et 3 pour la finance, 4 pour...
You are being transferred to
sales.
Thank you for watching. I hope this has been informative for you. Please like and subscribe for more videos. If there is anything else that you need to let me know, please comment in the comment box below. Thank you so much.